All right. Hello, hello, Passport Pro team. Welcome to a Wednesday night. It's 9:30 p.m. exactly here in the Philippines, and good morning to everyone who is not in the Philippines but is in the States. This is the fourth episode of What's the Tea with Tea, of course. So, this episode, I know it's been a long time since you guys saw my face doing live stream. It's because there's a lot of things happening. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, by the way, you guys. I haven't gotten chance to greet you. So with things rolling in, it's the we're smack right in the middle of January. So a lot of people are having like New Year's resolution, their goals for 2025. And with that, I know a lot of people have in mind fitness goals. So that's why today we're diving into the world of fitness with a special focus on maintaining health, strength, and balance while living a lifestyle filled with travel and adventure, because we go wherever our feet takes us. But anyway, if you're part of this community, we're giving you an insight, or if you're someone who's constantly in the move, who's always wanting to travel, we're giving you the insight of how you can challenge yourself to stay consistent with your fitness goals while exploring new destinations and embracing different types of cultures, and of course navigating unpredictable schedules, like if you're traveling to a different country and all that. So today we're inviting a fitness coach, a mobility specialist, a psychometrician, mental health practitioner, recovery and fitness coach for that matter. And that is none other than Mr. Thomas Pua. Hello, hello to you. Good evening.
Good evening. Hello,
Good
everybody.
evening. Did I like
uh,
say everything like your all the slashes of your
yeah, yeah,
basically?
most of it. Most of it, but we don't need to go into detail about how many things I do.
That's a lot. You're a
It
mobility
is.
specialist, you're a psychometrician, you're a
Yeah,
mental
it's a
health
lot.
practitioner, recovery and fitness coach. So it
Yeah,
juggles with like body and mind at the
yeah,
same
pretty
time.
much. Yeah.
How? What? Why? Like how? How did you do all this? Like what?
Uh,
what started your fitness journey basically?
let's see. Well, I guess it would start when a lot of the times you would start in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Mine probably started around college, but I've already had like a lot of influence. My dad was a bodybuilder. My mom liked to do marathons and whatnot. So I've had those influences around around my circle. And then there was a local gym, and then I
Mm-hmm.
decided to go. My dad was my first coach. A bad idea, by the way. it's like
Like
it's like having
why?
your
How?
dad as your driving instructor.
Mm-hmm. The
If they're
pressure?
strict, if they're strict at home, they're more strict when they're passionate about
Oh,
something. It's
yeah,
always that. It's
yeah.
like no, like no, this is wrong. Do it again. Like no, this is wrong. Do it again. And then when you're good at it, it's like yeah, it's fine.
Did you enjoy it? Question: since you were in
Yeah.
college, like you were still like a teenager, basically,
Mhm.
so you had
Yeah.
like different like things in mind. You wanted to try out different industry. Did you have fun while doing it? Because you were brought into that lifestyle. Basically, you grew up in that lifestyle. Did you have fun?
It was a very, I wouldn't say it was 100% fun all the time, because
Mm-hmm.
you have to maintain a certain balance. You have to study. Well, in my case, I had to study, and then I had to work at the same time, and I also had to work out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to find a good balance about with all the things that you have to do. Plus, you have your social life, of course, and when you're in college, right, you got to socialize with a lot of
Mm-hmm.
few people, especially people that you don't know. So yeah, it was quite a challenge. It was fun. I would have to
Mm-hmm.
say it was fun most of the time. The times that it wasn't fun is when you lack sleep, and then you have like a heavy day, and then
Mm-hmm.
you're like, I gotta you gotta drag yourself out of bed,
Mm-hmm.
out of everywhere, just to hit the gym, or maybe go to school.
So you
So
need to find motivation to continue
you
with what you do.
I would say motivation and discipline mostly help. Like
Okay.
if I didn't start like early, I would say that it would have been like an on-off thing. It was
Hmm.
still a little bit of an on-off thing after a while because some things needed to take more priority and then some things
Yeah.
needed to take less priority.
I
But I
mean, you
always
were still
try to
young at
get
that
back.
time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, pretty much.
question. So you were brought into this like growing up and on college. You entered this type of industry. Was this your first choice, pa? Kumbaga, like when you were a kid, did you imagine yourself being a fitness coach and all the slashes? It's so long, so I'm just gonna focus on being a fitness coach. Did you ever
uh,
imagine yourself doing this growing up?
no, I would have.
What were you? What was your dream job, by the way?
What was my dream job? Okay, my dream. What I said, I still clearly remembered it when when teachers ask you when you're a kid, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I've always wanted to say. I always said that I want to be a doctor,
Okay.
and not because my dad wanted me to be a doctor. Actually, it was quite opposite. Like, don't be a doctor.
That's the
Don't be
first
a
time
doctor.
actually. Like
Yeah,
how Filipino families are, like they encourage you to go into the
yeah,
medical
my
field,
dad.
something like that.
Yeah, but no, he didn't want me to be a doctor because of he knew the stress involved, and
Hmm.
I think he wanted me to work out most of the time. So I'm not sure if he wanted me to be a fitness coach, but I'm pretty sure he didn't want me to be a doctor. What I did, my second choice was uh be a performer. Apparently, I wanted to
Performer, can
do.
you give more context?
Uh, okay, so a lot of my work,
Hmm.
I would say work because when you're a teenager, you really can't have like a legal
Yeah,
job with the flexibility of having to
maybe
work
side
and work.
hustle. Yeah.
Side hustle. So I had a side hustle. I was a magician around Cebu. I basically performed in bars,
Uh-huh.
asked for tips. I had my own TV show at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was me. That was like I was a magician. So,
This on
um,
top, like you going into the magic, magic, how do you call it, like the magic industry,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and on top
performance
of that,
industry.
performance industry, sorry,
Yeah,
and also being or diving into the fitness industry as well,
yeah. So
both
it was,
times.
yeah, both times, and then also in the well, school. That's you have to have education. That's my
Wow,
dad was like,
juggling
I don't
three
care what you do,
things.
just
Uh-huh.
just pass your subjects. Like
Yes,
he didn't even
and stay
ask
fit.
like straight A's. Yeah, pretty much stay
As
fit.
long as you pass. Wow,
Yeah,
cool dad, putting getting you through fitness, and of course like understanding like as long as you pass, you're fine, you'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
good.
Like you're fine.
Okay, so what specifically do you specialize in, like for example,
Or
with all the what do you call this, with all the titles that you
certifications.
have, yeah, what
Mm.
do you specialize in, like for fitness?
I would I right now I specialize in mobility. So it's basically the exercise for your joints, having
Hmm.
healthy joints, strong joints, and basically have less um, risk for injury. That's fairly new though. Before I did a lot of functional fitness. So if you
Hmm.
sort of like combine both, I would say I specialize in functional fitness
Okay.
where it sort of like mimics the everyday movement that you have, a lot of twisting and turning, a lot of core work, a lot of
Hmm.
compound movements, and all, and then yeah, and but right now I'm focused more into mobility since not a lot of people do it, and it's a different sort of field as well,
Yeah.
and it's fairly new too.
This is the first time I've heard of this actually, because when you think about mobility, my mind goes to physical therapy. But what
Yeah.
is, yeah, what is the difference? So this one, it's for people, even though they don't need PT, they can go into mobility fitness.
Yeah, yeah, they
Okay.
can. It's more like a preventive kind
Hmm.
of training. A lot of the times when you go to a PT, it's usually when you
Experiencing
have,
trauma.
yeah, experiencing trauma, or experiencing, or you had an accident,
Mm-hmm.
or you had a um what do you call this, a medical condition would
Yeah.
which would like hamper your joints from moving.
Mm-hmm.
So but for the healthy individual, usually they just go to the gym and not really know a lot about what's happening in the joint,
Yeah.
and that's sort of like where I step in. So I don't go into the medical side. I'm more into the exercise and preventive rehabilitation
Mm-hmm.
side
Okay.
when it comes to that. And then yeah, this it's new. It's I don't have a lot of there's not a lot of people who does it here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm the only one I think in Cebu, as
Yeah.
as far as I know.
I think so because it's a very niche type in the industry.
Hmm.
So, since you've mentioned this is what you specialize in, especially
Hmm.
for fitness, can you tell me about like your fitness philosophy? Since a lot of people go into like having fitness goals not really knowing what they really want. They just aspire to have this type of body and all that, but they don't know what their fitness philosophy is. So tell us what your fitness philosophy is and how it adapts to people who has this type of nomadic or travel heavy lifestyle, like to most of our audience as well.
Fitness philosophy. Yeah, personally, I always believe that consistency is key, and I think all that you'll hear that a lot in different fields as well, which is why it's one of the. I mean, it's very common, but it's also very true, right? In
Yeah.
everything that you do, you need to have certain kinds of consistency for you to be able to get results, and that's basically how fitness is as well.
Hmm.
You gotta um, you gotta get to the gym or you gotta work out. Depending on what kind of workout you do, I know some people do like home-based yoga. Travelers, especially, they should have like a fitness sort of routine
Hmm.
put into their day. So like when you're a little bit tired from jet lag, um, it also has to involve recovery. It's not just about
Okay.
exercising, guy. Fitness is not just about like you going to the gym and lifting
Hmm.
heavy weights or lifting whatever weight that you can. It also entails like you gotta focus on what you eat,
Yeah.
how you eat, your sleep, especially sleep. Sleep's like the best thing that you can probably do for your body. That and how you would try to relax your brain as well. Like you gotta get that. You gotta socialize a little bit as well.
Hmm.
You can't just be stuck inside your own house. And then I mean that's why you travel, right? Like you want to see
Yeah.
more of the world and you want to see people like how they are in their like countries or whatever.
So you have to maintain your well-being, basically,
Yeah,
your
basically,
whole
yeah,
well-being.
it's a well-being thing. You gotta maintain that. And I think that would be or for me, it's not always what you see on the outside. Health and fitness and well-being is not just about like the six pack, the wide back,
Yeah.
or the insane flexibility you have. It's always about like it's a mix and a balance of different things,
Yeah.
right?
Like it's a mix of like having core strength, even though you don't have like a really muscly body, diba? Diba?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
some
yeah.
people, like even though who's this guy? Who's this guy from TikTok? Like he's not that a big dude, like really bulky muscle dude, but
Oh yeah,
he can lift a weight like even
yeah,
better than those six pack dudes. But anyway, I'm
yeah.
I'm getting away from the point. But anyway, how do you define success for your clients in terms of physical and mental
For
fitness? Since
ah,
you what do you call this? Since you juggle between recovery and being a fitness coach.
yeah. So client success. I would say it's really about um maintaining everything that you try and do in a more healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a goal, right? But you cannot just focus on that one goal without sort of enjoying everything else. It's like if I want to lose like 10 kilos in less than a month, like that's a little bit impossible. Even if it's like 1 year and you don't enjoy that year because you
Mhm.
just restrict yourself from something, you lack sleep, and then you you can't maintain a certain balance, then I
Mhm.
wouldn't say that. Even if you got that 10 kilos down and then everything else is pretty much
Falling
bad,
apart.
it's falling apart. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a goal. That's client success. I would say that there's probably a lot of things that you need to do to consider that as a success. But yeah, in my experience, all of like a lot of my clients will always understand that, like, yeah, it's going to be a balance. If you're not doing anything specific for a sport,
Yeah.
um, then I'm gonna make your program so that you'll spend a lot better time outside of the gym than when you are in the gym. Because basically, people go to the gym so that they can enjoy life outside of the gym, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Stay healthy, maintain their
Yeah.
well-being, something like that. But most people fail to see that because they only see the physical aspect of going to the
Mm,
gym, diba?
mm,
So it's nice to hear from you, like combining how you being a psychometrician and you being a fitness coach. How do you did you what do you call this? Did you plan this out? Like because not all fitness diba not all fitness coach think about like the mind, how the
mm,
mind works, how is
mm,
it connected to the body, kung okay ra ba basta fit lang, buff lang, okay na,
mm,
diba? But
mm.
how do you what's the what do you call this, what's the benefit of what do you call this combining the well-being of the mind and also the fitness of the body?
Um, a lot. There's basically a lot. It's a dynamic relation between mind and body. When you can say that your mind is healthy, but when your body isn't, then it will always affect your mind. If
Yeah.
your body is healthy but your mind is not, then you'll always find some kind of a lot of the times probably addiction. Like, you might be drinking a little bit too much, or
Hmm.
you have some kind of bad habit like a smoking habit.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have those two needs to come hand in hand, because both are beneficial. Like, if you have a healthy mind and then you know that your discipline is good, you socialize very well, you know what you need to put into your sort of circle for you to be able to reach a certain goal,
Hmm.
and then your body will also sort of follow. And then if your body is healthy, then of course exercise will release dopamine, it will give you better serotonin,
Yes.
sleep will become better. Trust me, sleep will become so much better when you do exercise, and it doesn't have to take much to, like, maybe 30 minutes a day, or even every other day, as long as you start or have some kind of exercise routine. And then the rest, it's basically, it's either you have both
Hmm.
or sometimes you don't. Like, you can't have one without the other. Does that make sense?
Not
Yeah.
not noted, noted.
Noted.
Because like I'm learning a lot, like hearing from you. Because me personally, I don't really exercise that much. The only exercise
Mm,
I do is going down and up the stairs. That's it.
aha.
That's as far as I can go. So it's good to hear, but like hearing from you where you specialize in this, that you have to have like to have that healthy mind, you
Mm,
need to also protect and appreciate your body. It's not
mm.
only eating delicious foods, it's
Yes.
about maintaining, balancing everything that has to do with your well-being.
Mm.
I could really say like, oh my gosh, like when I hear you like talking, like, oh my gosh, I think I do not fall into any of those categories. So question.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you advise a client
Uh-huh.
regarding their what do you call this, like their fitness program, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, fitness program.
So do you ask them about what their lifestyle is? Do they socialize? Do they go out? Something like that. So what do you
Yeah.
basically can you like walk me through how you do it now, if ever,
Okay.
if that's okay?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So I start off every coach I think should have a some kind of assessment. You cannot just get a coach and then your coach will say, "Okay, we'll do this." That's it. No assessment, nothing. Like you can't. Like you got to know the baselines of it. So what I usually do are four phases.
Okay.
It always starts off with an interview regarding their history. So it has to be
Mhm.
their lifestyle, it has to be their medical history. They answer a few questionnaires that I have, and then if they have any kind of medical what do you call this, a medical
History.
checkup or medical
Yeah.
history, then I'll always take that into consideration because I can't put in like I wouldn't know. Like let's say for example you have maybe you have a bad kidney or you have like a certain injury somewhere. I didn't know that. I'm gonna give you some kind of weight and then not knowing you be able to lift that weight. So it's always
Mhm.
assessment. There's always that. Second, I focus on phase two. I focus more into how they're sleeping.
Okay.
And it's sort of like it weirds it sort of freaks them out a little bit
Mhm.
because it's like, so how do you sleep? And then I later
'Cause
on,
it's
if they
something
do
new.
understand,
Mhm.
if they do understand like how important sleep is, then they'll answer me. But if they don't, then I'll I'll try to educate them about the importance of sleep and how you when you lose or when you're trying to gain weight for muscle or when you're trying to lose weight, it's during those times that you're recovering that you do. It's not when you're at the gym. So at the
Mm,
gym, you're just trying to
okay.
get stronger.
Mhm.
So do that. So I assess their sleep, what their sleep schedule is like, what their sleep ritual is like. If they have, let's say, they wash their face, they brush their teeth before going to sleep.
Mhm.
The environment around their bedroom, is it noisy? Is it too bright when the sun comes up? And what time they sleep? A lot of the times, it's always that kind of
That's a
problem.
lot of aspects to think about, no?
Yep.
Like a lot
Next
of
is
things. I never
it's.
thought about this, but yeah, like there's a lot of things that go into like fitness, like
Hmm.
body everything. So you think
Yeah,
about every aspect that affects
I
their
do.
mind and their health.
Yes, because
That's
sleep
amazing.
also affects your mind. I mean, have you tried taking a 2 hour sleep and then when you wake up, you're just like angry at the world,
Yeah.
or you just kind of want to
Now
deal with
I
anyone?
just did have like a 2 hour sleep and I'm good. I have coffee, so at least I'm not angry with the world.
Okay, coffee helps, guys,
Yes,
just not
coffee
too
helps.
much.
Just groggy, like everything
Yes,
groggy. So it's
yeah.
not good. Why everything I do is very wrong? Like basically everything. So
I can. Yeah, go
mhm,
ahead.
sorry. So basically I think you're I don't know, like hearing from you, technically you suggest a lifestyle or suggest a lifestyle to your clients based on the things that need to be adjusted in
Mm.
what they basically do. So you're a lifestyle coach technically, right? In a
I guess
sense.
so, yeah, but like I'm more leaning towards the fitness side.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
other things can be a lifestyle as well. It's
Yeah.
like I'm more leaning there. I mean, fitness is a lifetime sort of commitment.
Yeah.
Like you cannot just go to the gym for 1 month thinking you'll get results. So,
Speaking of that, here's my next question to you.
okay.
So, how do you approach helping clients achieve long-term sustainable fitness goals rather than having quick fixes? Because people want the easy way out, right? Like,
Mm.
I want to achieve this body in just a month. I want to lose weight. I want to gain this and that. So, how do you address those types?
Um, well, okay. It's always going to be I would really tell them that if they've tried it before and then
Mhm.
it didn't work, this it's not gonna work now. But
Mhm.
I would tell them that you do need to have a longer sort of like a longer period.
Mhm.
So yeah, sure, maybe we'll try it for a month and we'll see what we get. And then if we don't get it, what do you want to do then? Do you want to just give
Mhm.
up or do you want to continue? My job as a coach in sort of like this sense is to have them fall in love with that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not by immediately telling them like, oh, don't eat this, do cardio a lot, lift heavy weights. Like, no. I'm gonna get you to the gym maybe if it's your first time,
Mm-hmm.
just 30 minutes, like 20 minutes. I even have clients that I sent to the gym for like 10 minutes and then they get to go home after that. And then they
Oh.
slowly just, yeah, they keep doing that because I want to target the consistency more. Say,
Mm-hmm.
visit the gym if this is impossible for you, then for this time, then just come to the gym 10 minutes. We'll do a session. If you want more, we'll do it. But if you feel like that's enough, okay. And then we'll do it again tomorrow, and then again tomorrow, and then we'll take a rest, and then again and the next day, and the next day, and next day. So you just slowly, you don't feed an entire steak to a child, right? So you just
Yes.
slowly feed them little
Yeah,
by little.
gradually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gradually let them develop into like the gym lifestyle or the fitness
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. I don't really give out restrictions so
Mm-hmm.
much. I would tell them though that I need you to journal a few things. Like I need you to write down what you eat. I need you to write down a few activities. Like what did you do? The what physical activity did you do outside of the gym this week? Or what did you eat today? And then we'll look over it. And
That's really
then
nice. Like keeping
yeah,
track.
yeah, you gotta keep track. And then you show it to them. It's like, hey, this is who you are. This is what you eat, and this is who you are right now in your
You are
fitness
what you
goal.
eat from your head down to
Yes.
your feet. Yeah, pajama Sam.
Yeah. So that's basically it. For you to be able
Mhm.
to to commit to a like to a certain lifestyle,
Mhm.
consistency doesn't have to mean like dedicating your entire day to it. You
Yeah.
just gotta take it slow, one step at a time. You can't,
Yeah.
you know, you can't master everything all in one go.
True, true. Because some people need to understand, like, it takes time. It takes time for you
Does.
to achieve this, achieve that. So you have to be consistent, balanced, and disciplined with everything that you do.
Yeah.
Yes. And with that, since we're diving into that, like people having different lifestyles, what about for people who are traveling internationally? What are your top fitness tips for maintaining consistency while they're traveling?
Hmm. Um. Well, sleep number one. I would say like if I know that some people will travel across continents and then they would have jet lag or
Mhm.
some they would be sleeping a lot on the plane for how many hours on end.
I mean, they don't have anything to do.
Yeah, you can't work out in a plane either, so might as well sleep.
Imagine, imagine.
I would probably like I don't know, stretch my legs and just do a squat and then go back to my seat.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, don't do that, folks. Unless you have that
Can't,
kind of brimming confidence.
yeah, yeah. But
But
you need
yeah,
to like
for
stretch your limbs, right?
yeah, you do need to stretch your limbs a little bit because sitting down for long hours it's gonna hurt.
Pamaol.
But
Mhm.
yeah, pamaul siya. But if you are a traveler and then you have a fitness lifestyle, two advice I'd probably give. Body weight workouts if you cannot, you don't want to bring a dumbbell and everywhere. So
Mhm.
um do some body weight workouts. If you want, you can also get a coach who knows what to do, especially
Mhm.
who's versatile enough to be able to tell you, oh, you can do this, you can do that. And then of course, again, journaling your food,
Mhm.
and also tracking your sleep. Those three are probably my best advice for that. Journaling your food because I don't know what you're going to be eating,
Mhm.
in the country that you're in,
Yeah, because you're
but at
gonna
the
try
very
out different
least,
cuisine. Yeah.
and we have the internet, and
Yes.
you can always find some kind of information about it. So
Mhm.
yeah, technology, guys.
So, body weight workout, meaning like push-ups, sit-ups, anything that has
Yeah.
to do. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
anything that has to do with that doesn't have to be too extreme. You
Mhm.
can spend like a good 10, 15, 30 minutes in your day. If you don't have it, just do your best to get it in most of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're also going to be doing a lot of walking if you are going to be traveling. I know
Yeah,
some
true.
backpackers walk a lot, and then that's already their exercise,
Does
as
that
a lot
help?
of people would say. I mean, it does. Yeah, I would say that walking does help. It's like one of the most underrated
Type of
um
exercise?
type of exercise. A lot of people would argue that it's not an exercise, but I would say that it's a good way to keep your body moving,
Yeah.
walking
And your
and
mind alert, said,
yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah, you got to be alert.
All the time. So to everyone who's watching, hello, hello, and good evening and or good morning rather. If you're watching right now, we have Mr. Thomas Pua. You have a lot of slashes. He is a mobility specialist. He's a psychometrician, mental health practitioner. He's a recovery and a fitness coach. So if you have questions regarding fitness or anything that you can think of, you guys, like what does he want for dinner, something like that, yes, you can ask him that, no
Yes,
problem.
go
Just
ahead.
leave them at the comments section below. Later on, at the end of this interview, we will be doing a giveaway. So make sure to stay tuned. Okay, we're giving away 200 pesos worth of Gcash. So if you don't have load anymore, this is your chance. Anyway, moving on. All right, moving on. So here's another question that kind of deals with the last question that I asked you. So, what
Mm.
are some of the effective workouts or routines that require minimal equipment and can be done in small places? Like, for example, to our audiences, like if they stay in hotel rooms and Airbnbs.
Um, Calisthenics would be one, but not the extreme version. Not the ones that you see a lot on Instagram and on TikTok. I would say, but those are just body weight exercises. The most basic one: your push-ups, your sit-ups, your air squats.
Mm-hmm.
You probably can't do a pull-up, but unless Airbnb has like some kind of door frame, you could probably like hang
What if
yourself
they
there and then
have
pull up.
like the curtain for the bathroom, like the pole?
Yeah. Oh, please don't do that. As long as it's strong enough
Okay.
for to hold on to your body,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure. But I would say a doorway if you're strong enough for a pull up. But yeah, most of the time it's that calisthenics. And second is yoga would be nice actually, because you don't really need a lot. Like
Just the
you
mat.
don't yeah, just the mat. You don't even sometimes you don't even need the mat. You just need a floor. If you need a good stretch, or if you need like um uh grippier, what do you call this, a grippy type of flooring,
Mm-hmm.
um I don't know, you can always modify, or you can always buy yourself a mat if you
Mm-hmm.
don't want. I'm pretty sure there are like travel yoga mats, the one that you can fold in instead of roll, and
Yeah.
then you can use that. So it's lightweight. There's really no reason for you to not exercise if you have your
Mhm.
body, if you're healthy enough, if you're not injured, then yeah, go ahead. Just give it a go. Like
Okay.
those two. Yeah.
Those two. All right. Awesome. Thank you for that. I have a question from a
Yeah.
friend. You just chatted me.
Cool.
So, what's this? Okay. So, what is your suggestion to those people who haven't tried workout yet, like working out
Ah.
ever?
The beginners.
The
Okay.
beginners or the people who
I
hate because this friend doesn't exercise like me. Oh, we're friends,
uh
birds with the same feather. So what is your suggestion for that?
If you can find a friend that works, if you're the type of person who um gets intimidated by the gym, because like it is quite intimidating seeing all these
It's a
people,
jungle.
yeah, doing their, lifting heavy weights,
Hmm.
some of them probably grunting, some of them working their ass off. But yeah, if you can find that one friend who does fitness,
Hmm.
um try to reach out to them and ask for advice if you don't want to go for a coach. If not, then if you have the money for it, um enroll in the gym,
Hmm.
and then get yourself a personal coach. Get yourself a good one, the one that knows how to educate more than just show you exercises and what you can do. So I'll
Yes.
probably give you some tips on how to find yourself a good coach. I already gave you one or two, I think. Yeah, one that can assess, like what I said earlier, and then another one that can educate, and then later on, like one that can, uh, like knows how to modify an exercise based on your body type, based on your goal,
Lifestyle.
yeah,
Hmm.
lifestyle and everything. But yeah, if you're a beginner, enroll in a gym and find a good coach if you have the money. If you don't, then find that one friend. If you don't have a friend,
That's so sad.
if you don't have a fitness friend, because a lot of the times,
Hmm.
yeah, it's always that one person in that one group of of I wouldn't say unhealthy individuals, but like has no no idea of how to
Who
start.
has no business of being into fitness. Yes, you can say it because we're those group of people.
You can always look for a class-based gym where
Okay.
you don't have to worry about spending for a coach. You just need to worry about spending for the membership. There's a lot around Cebu. There's a lot of international ones. There's also a lot of local ones. Yoga studios, you have those. You have
Hmm.
high intensity workouts. You have CrossFit boxes,
Yeah.
and then just let them know that you're a beginner, that you have zero experience about
Knowledge
working out.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I
But
would say be honest.
like so that they'll know, right? They'll know
Yeah, of
and they'll know what to expect. You'll know what to expect as well. But it's
course.
nice. Is it right that it's nicer if it's better if you actually have like a coach so that you can better customize it to, I mean, so the coach can better customize the type of exercise or the type of fitness program that you would have. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, of course. You gotta that's your sort of like gold standard right there.
Mhm.
If you're really a beginner, get yourself a coach. Like
Okay.
that's the thing is sometimes it's a little bit more expensive. Like I have to say that the fitness lifestyle, especially when getting a coach,
Can
is
you
going to be a big investment.
Can you give like a price range for those people like me who has
Uh-huh.
no idea? Like I know how a gym membership costs right now. It's around
Uh-huh.
2 to 3K, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Around there's a lot there are others that are lesser than that.
Uh-huh.
Quality would be different though. Um Commercial gyms would probably cost around that range, so
Hmm.
2 to 3K per month. Some are a little bit more costly. Um, the international ones that are group based, I think CrossFit boxes and also high intensity functional fitness places like F45, I would say that they're a little bit more on the premium side of
By
prices.
premium, how much
But
is that
premium,
premium?
we're looking at probably 3 to 4K a month. But you're
Standard.
those the prices are sort of because it's a little bit different,
Yeah, yeah.
and they put a lot of emphasis on one, the branding. There's a lot of emphasis on like quality coaching, group
Equipment.
equipment, of course. Group classes always have like I would say, not to say that other coaches are not as good, but I would say they put a lot of emphasis on their coaching standard. Like
Mm, okay.
they're the gold stand, like they have like a really high standard for coaching CrossFit and also functional fitness, especially
Hmm.
for yeah, group classes and all.
Because it's a specialty, right? CrossFit is a
Yeah.
specialty. It's like
um
intense training, something like that, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
it's in what you see right now is intense training, but if the CrossFit gyms are if you'll know a CrossFit gym is really good when they really focus on mastery of movement,
Hmm.
and you cannot say that, oh, here, lift this 225 pound barbell. You can't just immediately say that. They'll start you off with something very low. They'll see how
Hmm.
well you move, and then if you get the movement mastery, you then go into movement consistency. How much can or how consistent are you in doing that kind of exercise? And then later on, they'll focus on intensity. and intensity would be they don't put you immediately in a high
Okay.
intensity. Probably
Oh,
they'll baby you
that's
in.
good to know, at least, because when I think about CrossFit, like a lot of my friends, like
Mm.
who have tried CrossFit, like makuya panjukati, you'll faint the first time. So it's not that like scary because it's like
No.
they slowly introduce you to the
Mm.
intense part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Paparating na tayo sa intense part. Okay,
Just
all right,
listen to
at
the coach.
least. Now, so to the interesting about this, can you give a range about like for those people who are wanting to
Mm.
have like
Personal coaching.
yeah, personal coaching like
Right.
customized to their lifestyle. Like there are
Uh-huh.
people who are like me who have like fast metabolism, something like that, and no matter how much we eat, no matter how much we do, we
Uh-huh.
don't gain weight. So like for example like that, how what is the range for a personal coach?
Okay. The range for a personal coach can go as low as possibly I would say 500. There are still some coaches out there that will charge 500 per session, and
Mm-hmm.
then there are some coaches out there that can charge as high as 1,000 to 2,000 pesos per session. That depends on what kind of goal you have, what the
Mm-hmm.
specialty of the coach is. um, I've known some people who even online coaching would reach about maybe 10 to 20,000 per month that you have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that really it would really depend.
On the type of
I
coach.
wouldn't say anyone there is not good,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't also say that there are expensive coaches and that they're always like the top level coaches. But
Yeah,
the prices will be a lot of the times, um, what do you call this? Well, um,
it will differ.
differ or is equivalent to the quality of coaching that they have.
Okay, all right. I mean, it's basically just like if you're a host, the
Yeah,
higher your rate, the more skilled you are. So
yeah. The
yeah.
more skilled you are.
So you have like a lot of what do you call this? A lot of experience in your arsenal. So
Mm,
that's why they charge this and that because they have like a lot of experience
yeah,
to back it up. So it's
yeah.
reasonable basically. I mean, when I think about it, like for me, like when I think about 10,000 for a personal coach, I would say it's expensive, but the things that I need, maybe someone could provide that to me, like as a beginner. Maybe I could start small, something like that. I'm not sure what I'm rambling about, but yeah, I hope hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. Like
It does make sense.
for
It
an
does make sense.
outsider, that doesn't know anything about fitness, maybe start small. For me
Start
lang
small.
ha. Yeah, start small.
Start with enrolling in the gym.
Mhm. I when I think about it, like you could actually like focus on this is an outsider
Mm.
perspective, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, to those who are watching, this is an outsider perspective. I'm not a professional or anything. So I
Go
when I
ahead.
think about it, I would invest more with a personal coach rather than investing in a really high end gym.
At
I
gym.
would because a personal coach would give me the insights that I need for my
Mm.
body, and then if I have equipment at home, I could use that. And then
Yeah,
just, yeah, if you don't have a treadmill, run, go outside.
yeah. Go
Yes,
outside, run.
run. Is that
Walk your dog.
would you agree with that? Like
Yeah, I would
for
agree. Like if you like I said, gym memberships, they have their benefits,
Mhm,
and if a lot of it sometimes you don't want to go enroll in a gym but still want to be fit, then of course you're gonna have to hire a coach. The travel though is going to be a little bit more expensive
mhm,
because I mean like the home based coach, or what do you call that? Home service. Yeah,
mhm.
if they do home service, it's going to be a little bit more expensive because they have to spend time in traffic. They have to spend time for fare
Yeah,
going
the
there,
effort.
gas, the effort to go there. So it's a little bit going to be on a little bit more expensive than that,
Mhm.
than the normal just going into a gym and then like having a coach that
Like meet
works
you
at that
there.
gym. Yeah, like
Yeah.
meet you there. So that's what you sort of like need to expect. But I would say that yes, um if you are going to choose between enrolling in a high end gym and getting yourself a good coach, then I would say go get the good coach and then just work out at home.
Mhm.
The That coach probably has like some equipment that he or she will bring, or
My
will
God.
ask you to buy certain equipments
Okay.
that can be used, like a
The
kettlebell.
hassle. I feel so bad for the coach if they're gonna bring what do you call this equipment. So speaking of, you've mentioned online coaching and all that. Do you have, like, do you recommend any specific apps or tools or programs for tracking fitness progress on the go?
Fitness progress on the go and specific
Mhm.
apps. I have a few. What I personally use is Trainerize. It's free, if but for that's mainly for a coach,
Mhm.
to get online clients. Tracking your nutrition, your food. I use My Fitness Pal. It's very friendly. It's easy for me. I know there's a lot more out there. I'm pretty sure a lot of the people who are listening probably has other apps that they use. And
Mhm.
then aside from that, a simple notebook. I would just say like, oh, okay,
Journal.
today, yeah, journal. You have your Apple smartwatches.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that has a tracker for your steps. You can always track that. Um, the Samsung Health, I think, has another tracker as well, but you cannot go wrong with just a simple pen and paper and like writing
Yeah.
down what you did,
And
just
sharing
so
it
that
with your coach.
yeah, it's like, hey, day one, I did this. Hey, day two, I did this. Day three, I fell asleep somewhere, and, and
Okay.
go. You
So
sort of go
random.
on.
Uh-huh.
I fell asleep somewhere. It was party night, and I didn't have time to like do my
This
push-ups.
is for those coaches that are in your type of industry, right? Like mobility and recovery
Yeah,
fitness.
not just mobility, but any kind of coach.
Okay.
Strength and conditioning. You have your bodybuilding coaches, all of those, lifestyle coaches as well. So yeah, you can use any app as long as you track. I personally use for my online clients either Trainerize, or if I'm full with Trainerize because I have to pay a premium for that,
Hmm.
then I use something free like Google Sheets.
Google Sheets.
Yes, Google Sheets.
Just enter a formula and you're good to go.
Yeah, and you have AI, so you can always use that.
True, true. Question,
Yeah,
Mr. Thomas. Do you track what you eat? Like, do you count your
me
calories and all that as a fitness coach?
as a
This is just
fitness
a
coach. Yeah.
curious question for me.
Okay. Yes, I do. I do track what I eat. I track it using my Fitness Pal.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of the times, if I can cook my food, that's my best way to track what I eat and how much I eat.
Hmm.
But sometimes, if I can't, let's say, for example, there's an unavoidable uh gathering that you have to eat
Yes.
like with
Hmm.
a few people, especially with the holidays during Christmas. Like you have
Yes.
to go to parties, you have to go to Christmas parties,
Goodbye,
and then
journal.
I still, although I cannot track it on my app, I
Hmm.
would still write it down because,
Okay.
like, okay, so just say for example, I don't know how much I ate in
I
terms of
ate 1 kilo of
macro.
lechon.
Yeah, like you don't know 1 kilo of lechon. Like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, 1 kilo of lechon, but you can't know how much protein that has, carbohydrates it has, how
Hmm.
much fat that has. So I just put it there. It's like I ate lechon. I ate
Okay.
I had a couple cups of rice.
Hmm.
That's for my day one, day two, day three, and so on and so forth. And then at the end of the week, I just look at it and then see what I did not eat more of. Let's
Hmm.
say, oh, I lack fiber last week, and then I ate a lot of. Let's say, oh, I ate a lot of like fried food this week.
Hmm.
I I probably need to reduce this, and then add in this a little bit more this week, and then I sort of like plan my week out, and then buy a couple of fruits and vegetables. Just
That's a lot of discipline. Like, you
it's a
really.
lot of work, but it's hard at first, but then later on
Uh-huh.
you'll sort of like get the
You're,
hang of it.
yeah. It becomes a lifestyle for you. It
Yeah, it
becomes
becomes a
normal.
lifestyle.
But I feel I'm sorry. I feel sad for you because you can't really like splurge or like eat everything that you see on the table
No,
because you need
I
to
I
like
can't.
control yourself.
Yeah, although
But
I
are
do eat
there
a fairly big
times?
amount.
Do you have like cheat days?
Of course, we have cheat days. We all have,
Okay.
like, I would, like, me personally, I wouldn't say that I am the saint of all fitness things. Like, no,
Yeah.
guys, I indulge. Okay,
Mhm.
I indulge
Indulge
in
in the
your,
cravings.
in buffets,
Mhm.
unlimited samgyeopsal. What
Mouth
else?
is
Like,
watering.
yeah. So I do indulge from time to time. It's just
Hmm.
I don't let it. Say, for example, I indulge on a Wednesday and oh, I'll eat
Hmm.
again. I'll eat healthy again on Monday. No, I just go back on the horse, and then okay, I'll
Hmm.
try to eat a little bit more healthy for the rest of the week, and
Okay.
that's it.
Bawi,
And
bawi.
bawi.
That's how you do it. Because your body recovers for a certain time, right?
Yeah,
Like it
you don't
goes
have
back.
to punish yourself, you know.
Okay. You can enjoy. You can enjoy life. You
Yeah,
can enjoy good food. If
yeah.
you're what they call this, you're watching your fitness. Okay. Now
It's
moving
very
on.
unhealthy for the
I'm
mind.
so sorry for my cat. But
That's
anyway,
okay.
all right, moving on. How do you guide clients in maintaining a balanced diet while exploring this one since we're talking
Okay,
about
okay,
good
okay,
food?
okay.
So, how do you guide clients in maintaining a balanced diet while exploring diverse cuisines during travel? Because you want to
Okay.
try it. Like if I want to go to Japan, I want to indulge in sushi, everything that I can
Yeah,
see, the street food. So, how do you
yeah.
go about that?
Okay. So how do you go about it? That's a tough question actually, because what I usually do is I just if I am going to travel, although
Hmm.
guys, I haven't traveled abroad yet, okay, but I have traveled around the Philippines, and there are still different cuisines I haven't tried.
Yes, true.
So, here's what I would do. I would research first, like what food are staple in a certain country or a certain place in a certain country.
Okay.
Like, I know, like perhaps maybe Ireland, their staple is potatoes. Here in the Philippines, we have a staple of rice. A lot of Asian countries would have a staple of
Hmm.
rice. What foods and spices are be coming into the mix? Like, if you're going to Thailand, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of spicy food.
Hmm.
Vietnam as well, and then like Philippines, we use a lot of spices. A lot of different spices are going around. So I would research first, like
Okay.
what does that country consider as healthy food, and what does that country consider as unhealthy food,
Okay.
and then I sort of like look for a balance of two things. So yeah, this street food is always fried. Like here in the
Mhm.
Philippines, we have kwek
Oily.
kwek.
Yeah.
We have kwek kwek. We have
Yummy.
tempura. We have like squid ball
Ginabot.
and
Oh.
whatnot. Then we have ginabot. Yeah. So we have that, and of course you want to try local cuisine,
Hmm.
like if your stomach can handle it, and then after that, probably look for something a little bit less of what it was before.
Okay.
So you just
Like
have to find
fresh.
a certain balance. You cannot deprive yourself of it. Like I'm pretty sure that fruits and vegetables are also in every country. There's not just deep fried meat, right?
Yes.
You'll find some kind of fruit there that's also unique to a country. I think for us Asian country, mangosteen, mangoes,
Hmm.
a lot of different fibrous fruits and also vegetables.
Yeah.
There's a lot. So just try those out as well. You cannot just like, oh, I wanna deep fried something, something, something.
Hmm. You can't indulge every craving. Like you have
Yeah,
to balance it out.
yeah. So you just gotta research what is considered a healthy staple in this country and what is an unhealthy staple in a certain country, because every country is different. Like for Filipinos, I know that we cannot live without the rice,
We
guys.
cannot live without the oil as well.
Yes, and we cannot live without the oil. Um, but yeah, it's within our diet if we have adapted to that kind of diet.
Hmm.
Maybe some of our Western friends not yet, but um, you don't have to if you don't want to, but then try it. Just give it a go, and then have some
Hmm.
vegetables, have some fibers, and have a healthy bowel.
Just have discipline and consistency, and your body will adjust to that
Yeah, of
certain
course.
lifestyle. Awesome. All right, now to my next question.
Yeah.
Since you've already answered most of it in that question alone, so what role does flexibility play in your fitness coaching,
Uh,
considering clients might have to deal with unpredictable schedules or limited gym access, like you mentioned earlier in this interview?
flexibility. You have to um sorry. You have to be able to. This is for my clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I kind of got a little bit confused because flexibility immediately went into something else in my head. It's the splits is everything. Um, so, and in fitness coaching, of course,
Mm-hmm.
you have to, as a coach, you have to be flexible. You have to be, you have to learn how to adapt to clients' different schedules. Sometimes it might be time,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it might be I don't know, food, their sudden cravings. Sometimes it's just it's the person. I mean, if like um say for example a woman, I'm not being sexist, okay, but it's
Okay,
just that
good
women
to
would
know.
have I mean, you have your time of the month, right? And you
Yes.
have certain cravings, you'll have like low energy levels and like
Mm-hmm.
that.
That's
And
a
then it's
fact.
yeah, right. So it's your job as a coach to understand these things as well. That sometimes um, your client might be a little bit too tired, not because they didn't sleep well, not because they didn't eat well enough, but because there are just some things that happens.
Mm-hmm.
For men as well, sometimes you can be a little bit more tired than most of your days. Like you probably work too much, you work out, you work too much, you have other obligations as well, like paying for bills or like I don't know, whatever obligation that you have. And you don't know these things, like without the random things that would happen. So as a coach, your flexibility or your ability to adapt to certain
Mm-hmm.
situations your clients might have would be a very important factor in terms of their health and fitness. Just let them. The one thing I would tell them though, in my experience, is you gotta. Um, I just tell them like, okay, rest up for today, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow or in the next
Mm-hmm.
time. So I do keep constant communication with my clients. Like, how are you feeling today? Like, I can't go to the gym. Okay, is it because your mind is too tired, or is it because your body is too tired? So I would always say that if your mind's too tired, just go to the gym for like 10 minutes and then
Mm-hmm.
get out. If your body's too tired, I would ask if you can like walk yourself out
Oh, I
and then
think
go back inside your room.
yeah.
Is that for them to move around and see how they feel after, and then track
Okay.
it. Like, do you feel better? Do you feel good? Are endorphins in your mind, in your head? And then yeah, and you why are you laughing, T?
No, because I was thinking in my mind, like being a fitness coach entails a lot of things. You have to be good at
It does.
managing because you have different clients, and then you have to have really a great understanding and empathy towards your clients because you don't know what they're going through their lives. So though I was laughing because I would think that I would not be a good fitness coach. Like, why did you do this? Why did you do the push-ups that I told you about? So that's why I was laughing in my head, like, damn, you have to be nice to become a fitness coach. Like, God, the patience that you have, I can't imagine. So yeah, that's why.
Oh
But
no,
anyway, you
what
guys,
happened?
yeah, it's a so Tom, you're a bit cutting off.
Yeah,
So for those
sorry.
people who are,
Yeah.
it's all good. So for those people who are watching, you can still get a chance to win the 200 pesos worth of Gcash credits, debit. But
Gcash.
anyway, yeah, Gcash money, kana na lang. To those who are watching, we still have a few more questions left. If you have any questions to Thomas Pua right here, he is a fitness coach. So if you have questions about your fitness, about your body, and all that, you can just message us through our YouTube. I know some of you guys are already sleeping. It's 10:30 p.m. here in the Philippines, so
Hey.
just message us through the YouTube live, or You can send us a message through Facebook. That's Passport Bro. But anyway, last few questions, Tom. I know
Yeah.
I'm keeping you here for a long
Hey, no
time
problem.
already. But
It's fine.
anyway, how do you stay motivated, by the way? Like dealing with a lot of clients, dealing with fitness, basically. How do you keep yourself motivated and also keep your clients motivated to work out?
Okay. For myself, I would always have a sort of like a me day
Me,
where
what
I
does
can.
me day entail?
It's like that I don't have work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to deal with. I always have a dedicated me day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the day where I can relax, maybe play a few video games, uh, or do something else like aside from exercise. Um, I do a lot of I tinker and I read. Those are sort of like my me time hobbies,
Like your
and then
outlets.
yeah, my outlets. Like I talk to a few friends of mine.
Oh, he's cutting off. He did cut off. But and yeah, you
Oh,
cut off a little bit
oh,
right
sorry.
there.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. So yeah, I have my psych friends. I have my best friends. My best friends are basically a lot of my world. I always go to them every time I'm stressed out, and I
Mm-hmm.
always try to find schedules where we can all hang out, or at least with one or two of them. Uh, but yeah, that's how I keep myself motivated and not burned out.
Mm-hmm.
For my clients, though, I would also suggest the same thing, like do something, like have a day to yourself.
Have a life outside
Um,
of like working out.
yeah, have a life outside of working out, have a life outside of work,
Mm-hmm.
outside of the house, or maybe inside of the house if you want. But yeah, just do something else that is a little bit of a break from the routine. I think
Yeah.
that helps a lot of people, especially when it comes to the motivation. You can also probably watch, if this is your thing, you can also watch motivational videos. At some point in my life it was mine, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's like I feel motivated, I gotta get out. But the more important part here is always the discipline. Like
Okay.
you gotta keep consistency, and then that also entails like you're consistently taking some time to rest. You can't just like work and think that you're gonna be okay after a few months. No, no.
Yeah.
Discipline entails a lot of things.
Yeah, true. When your body and your mind is glowing, it really shows physically.
Yeah, yeah, of
Right.
course.
This reminds me of a movie that was recently released in 2024. It's called The
Ooh.
Substance. Yeah, The Substance. Have you watched it? It's with
Oh.
Demi Moore and
Uh-huh.
Margaret Qualley. So
Ah, yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I've seen the
it's
trailer.
it's effed up, but it like they're like doing like a fitness thing, your routine, and they do so. They what do you call this? They talk about so much about physical. What do you call this? Your physical attributes
Mhm,
when you grow old. Do you want like a
mhm.
better, more perfect you, something like that? But anyway,
Uh-huh.
you guys watch it. It's fun. I think you would enjoy it.
I think I would. It'll be on my watch list. I have a
It
lot of movies I have to catch up on.
Mhm. It's really good. It's effed up. But anyway,
Okay.
moving on, moving on. So how do you, since you're a mental health practitioner
Uh-huh.
as well, how do you incorporate mental health and mindfulness into your coaching, especially for clients living adventurous but high pressure lifestyles?
High pressure lifestyles. Adventurous and high pressure lifestyle. What's a high pressure lifestyle?
Like for those people
Like
who are in the
example.
medical field, like
Oh,
that,
okay.
those
Yeah,
are high
high
pressure
pressure.
lifestyles. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Um, all right. So, as a mental health practitioner, guys, for the record, I'm not a psychologist.
Mhm.
I practice.
Let's just wait for him because he cuts in and off. You know how the internet is here in the Philippines, you guys. But yeah,
Okay.
it's all good. It's all
Oh,
good. Just
okay.
continue.
Okay. So, how I incorporate it into like high pressure lifestyles and people who are adventuring. Um, well, you gotta talk. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of the times when you have pressure, like I'll ask you if you want, if it's my client, I'll be asking them how their week was. Like,
Okay.
how was your week? What were the stressful times of your week? What did you do to relieve yourself of that stress? And if it's a little bit more private, then I'm not going to delve into it. But
Okay.
as long as did you do something to relieve that stress? And then if it's a yes, I'll ask them what. If they can, that's also fine. Privacy is always a but
Mhm.
usually it's that, like, that's how I incorporate my mental health skills. And of course, when it comes to psychometrics, it's always going to be assessment, assessment, assessment. So I'm
Okay.
assessing a lot of the times. I handle a lot of data. A lot of the times it's from the sentences, it's not just a number, it's usually
Hmm.
like a sentence. And sometimes in a scale of 1 to 10, you'd probably hear me say that with a few of my clients. A scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your week in
Ah, okay.
terms
So
of
you could
stress?
gauge
Yeah, you can sort of gauge,
how they're
because there's
doing.
a technique to that. Like, how would you rate your stress this week? And then they would say 11. It's like, okay,
Oh my god. Damn.
what would it look like, or what would it sort of look like or feel like if it was a 10? What about
Hmm.
a 9, and then 8, 7, and a 6? So I would get them to imagine how those numbers would look like. And then, okay, how
Okay.
do we then get 11 towards 10? What would you need to do if you were to get 11 to 10? What would you need to do to get 10 to 9,
You
8,
need to
9
have
to 8, 9 to
to achieve like really mindfulness when
Yeah,
being a fitness coach. That's a
yeah.
lot of things to think about when I'm
It's
listening to you. I'm stressed out listening to you. Like you have to think about what they need to do to change your lifestyle,
yeah,
like what they've gone through over the weekend or the week. Like ah,
yeah,
I'm already
and
stressed out with my life. Like I can't be a coach for you too.
yeah,
I
but
salute you, man. I salute you. Like
thank
the
you.
job that you do, it's not easy.
It's challenging, yes, but
Mhm.
I do enjoy it. Like, personally, for me, I do enjoy that. I don't know how it is for other people. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't just get in
You cut off
team
again.
if a stressful job, stressful side to it, much
Mhm.
like every other job.
That's true, true. Like there is like a downside to every other job, and it's a matter of how you deal with it and how you go
Yeah,
about it. And speaking of stress, and we also talked about uh burning out and all that, like to prevent that. How do you? What if like a client already loses lose lost my English is out the window. What if a client already lost their motivation? They're already facing burnout. Oh, sorry.
sorry. Can you repeat
I'll repeat
that?
my
It's like
question.
my internet's a little bit.
Yeah, internet in the Philippines. There you go. It's okay. I'll just wait for you and then I'll repeat my question. So those people who are watching, you can ask a question for Tom. We still got a few minutes left. He's a fitness coach. He's a mental health practitioner. He's a psychometrician and a lot more. So Tom, are you there? It's like a seance. Can you hear us? If so, turn off the lights, something like that. Yeah, Tom is gone. This was supposed to it's a really, really nice question. Since I know a lot of people out there who are doing workout, who are maintaining a healthy or a fit lifestyle. You tend to like follow a certain diet. You tend to follow like a certain what do you call this, agenda for your day, and sometimes it could lead to burnout. Like you need like a little bit of spontaneity. So this was the question I was supposed to ask Tom if he ever comes back. Come back, Jack, come back. But anyway, you guys, to those people who are watching right now, you can get a chance to win 200 pesos on Gcash. All you have to do is yeah, we'll wait for Tom to come back. All you have to do is just later. I'll reveal later after this
I'm
interview.
back.
You're back. Welcome back.
Yes.
I was like having a seance over here. Like, Tom, if you can
Sorry,
hear
I'm sorry.
us, turn off the lights. It's all good. It's all good. It's all
Okay.
fine. So
Right.
my
What was your
question,
last question? Yeah.
yeah, my question earlier was, if a client already lost their motivation or is already experiencing burnout, how do you deal with that?
Let them rest.
Okay.
Always let them rest. You're proud. If a client of mine is experiencing burnout or lacking motivation, if I can ask them what happened, and then they would tell me, then I could probably tell them like, okay, this I could probably give them a few suggestions, few advice, but generally I would always tell them to rest up, like not go to sleep, not just go to sleep, but rest from your activities that are causing the
Mm-hmm.
breakout. If you're burned out from work, I'm pretty sure you can file a leave or take a weekend off, or if it's from the workout, then always like that's when I tell you it's like, oh, take some time to rest, make sure you have proper sleep,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of reason, like there's going to be a lot of different reasons why you're experiencing a breakout, like a
Mm-hmm.
burnout, sorry. Like you
Breakout,
might
pimple, breakout.
yeah, pimple, but
That applies as well.
yeah, see, your body will respond to stress, like,
Mm-hmm.
right? Women, I know, particularly when they're stressed out, they would have like certain pimples around somewhere,
Yes, because
and then you'll be
we
concerned.
stressed eat. We stress eat,
Yes.
and then we eat oily foods, and then breakout.
Mm,
Hello.
then
Yeah.
break out. So yeah, take some time to rest from the activities that are causing you a burnout.
Okay.
Um, do some other things. Try to, if you need to hang out with a few people, go ahead. But if let's say if you have something heavy on the next time you're coming in,
Mm-hmm.
then of course, be sure to just rest well, right?
Okay.
Get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Actually, 8 to 9 would be the most optimum. I know that some people can't.
Wait, 8 to 9 p.m. Like
Eight to
sleep.
no 8 to 9 hours of sleep.
8 to 9 hours. Like
Yes.
yeah, like I thought you were saying like you should sleep like at 8 or 9
No, no, no.
p.m.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you when to
Huh?
sleep.
We're way past that. We're way past that because people have different sleeping schedules, right?
Yes,
So
of
eight to
course.
nine hours.
Yes, 8 to 9 hours would be good.
Noted.
Like that's good for your mind, that's good for your body, that's good for your whatever goal that you want to get from either working out or what kind of lifestyle you have.
Hmm.
Like, because if you try to get that amount of sleep, yeah, like you'll spend less time thinking about going out for the next drinking binge.
Cheat day. Ah,
Cheat
cheat
day.
day. There we go. So you also indulge in that. All right.
I do sometimes.
There are days.
There
So
are days.
I think this would be my last question for you, Tom. It's almost
Sure.
10:45 p.m. So
Yeah.
can you share to us like success story of helping a travel heavy client to achieve their fitness goals or any success story that you have from your clients?
Success story. I wouldn't know when it comes to travel heavy. Some of my clients do travel a lot,
Mhm.
and what I do is I make sure that they have homework to do,
What do
and
you
then
mean by homework?
like I give them a program that they can do,
Oh,
like
okay.
that. Like you can do a few push-ups, you can do a few sit-ups, you can do a
Hmm.
few squats, and you just do that every day or every other day or every chance you get. And then just make sure you get your steps in. I'm pretty sure you can still walk around, even if you're on. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be spending a lot of the time in the plane, but
Hmm.
wherever it is that you end up in, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of physical activity that you can do. um but yeah, a
My mind
success
went
story.
somewhere else. When you said there's something physical
Yes.
activity that you can do for sure. If you know what we
Hey.
mean, yeah. But anyway, moving on.
Moving on. So
I mean, it's almost 11 p.m. Like my mind
yeah,
was traveling places.
yeah.
But anyway,
So apart from physical activity,
Mhm.
um
You just repeated it.
success stories. Yeah, I do have a few clients that
Yeah.
even though they travel a lot, especially during the holiday seasons, they do tend to do the assignments. I
Okay.
could, and then I would tell them, it's like, hey, if do this, and if you can, send a video. of you doing that thing, and then they do
Send
send,
proof.
yeah, send proof of payment, no.
Some
um
of them, some, I mean, we can't really what do you call this? We can't do away with. There are some clients, I think, that
there
would
are
lie that I did this, I did that, but they didn't really do what you assigned them.
yeah.
Diba?
I,
Some.
yeah, there are a lot. There are some. There are a lot as
Oh,
well.
you can't bow it. You said a lot.
There's a lot. But yeah, generally they would do it. Although uh sometimes they would lie about it, like a lot of the time. Okay, fine. A lot of the times they would lie about it. So I would ask either one of two things will happen. So one, I would ask them for a video just
Hmm.
so that they can send it to me as proof. Or two, which is the better option for me, is to let them remind them
Hmm.
that a this is for your health,
This is for you
not
and your
mine,
benefit. Yeah.
right? Like this is for you. I would try to gaslight. No. I,
I love how
I
you
would,
just said that.
yeah. So I would actually like
Gaslight in a good
hey,
way. Yeah.
gaslight in a good way. Like hey, this is actually for you, and yes, you paid for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You
there's already,
wanted this.
yeah, you paid for this, you spent money on this, and then you
Mhm.
all I'm trying to do for you is to guide you through that. And if you don't want that, then that's going to be on you, not on me, right?
Mhm.
It's you, not me.
You invested
Right?
time and money on this, and if you're
Yeah,
gonna stray from your routine, that's on you.
yeah. So with
Noted po,
that,
sir.
with that, yeah, you're. But a lot of my clients would, I would always tell them like, hey, you have me as your coach, I'm also going to try my best to become your accountability partner.
Hmm.
So it's also my job to ask for those videos, to ask
Hmm.
for those proof. It's also sort of like my job to gaslight you into into doing those tasks.
Pressure
All
you
right.
a little bit into doing this and that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not the type to, at least for me, I'm not the type to like really hawk into your
Hmm.
life, like
You don't
going.
micromanage your
Yeah,
client.
I don't like micromanaging. I like looking at their stories and then seeing their food, their, what they post as what they ate. I
So
like
you see
seeing
your
those.
client stories. Ah,
I was like,
drinking on this day.
uh
Ah.
and then like I just try to make sure that like, hey, did you don't forget to log this in, like
Hmm.
on your journal. And then yeah, and then at the end of the week we would review. Yo, I can see that you drank in this day. This is totally fine. And then they would try to defend themselves, but I only had like a
A
bottle.
little
But
bit.
it's like a little bit. This doesn't matter. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just reminding you what you did. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Try
Take
to
accountability of your action.
accountability.
Write it down.
Yeah. So it's like that. Just take a, guys, for that, always one, take accountability for your own actions.
Hmm.
Right? Your coach is not always going to be there. We'll try our best to always be there, but we cannot, always be there where you are. Try to take
Hmm.
a look. We cannot travel with you unless we're sponsored. Like, you
By
know,
you, yes.
by if you want to bring me along to Japan,
Yeah. Feel free.
feel free. I have no problems with that. Like as all expense paid with allowance.
Mhm. The wink, wink. Bacana man.
but but yeah, take accountability for your actions.
Mhm.
It's always that. Okay.
Noted on that. So you guys, it's for you. It's not his benefit. It's your benefit. I mean, you're getting paid nonetheless, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting paid anyway.
Yeah, and you're just looking out for them. So, last few words to
Yes.
those people who are wanting to get started on their fitness journey. What can you say?
Um Again, look for a good coach. And I'll give you this. I think I can give three advice of what how to look for a good coach. So number one, make sure your coach knows how to assess. Like,
Hmm.
they may not assess the same as me, but just make sure they have some kind of assessment. Two, make sure they know how to educate you on like fitness. and make sure that they're you don't have to always look into their credentials all the time,
Okay.
although that really does help. Like if they have certain experiences with this type of client, this type of programming, just make sure. Sometimes coaches won't have, especially for Filipino coaches, where it's a little bit expensive for us to get a certification, because it can cost us around 30 30 some 30,000 or something for a good international certification, to as
Mhm.
high as like 50 to 70,000. And
Oh,
um
it really
um
is costly, no?
yeah, I've spent maybe a good 500K for all my certifications, including
Huh?
education. Yes,
Huh?
500K. My most expensive certification is 100K or 100K plus. That was my mobility specialization.
Oh my
So
God.
I spent a lot for that. Um, but yeah, know that a lot of the times when your coach has a high price point,
Mm-hmm.
um they're they will always have the experience to back it up.
Yep, that's true.
So there's ask for what kind of results they got, just so that, and always see if, well, the last one is probably see if you can work well with your coach, like,
Yeah, like
you
good
know,
dynamics.
yeah, good dynamics, and like I can't tell you how many times sometimes coaches would be just, they're good, but the dynamic between client and coach is bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works a little too well.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It works a little
ooh,
too well.
chess
So
mess. Mm-hmm.
hmm
Okay.
so there are some times that it's going to be like that. So just be careful. I'm not saying that all coaches are like that. I'm just saying be careful lang.
Okay.
Okay. Uh,
Professionalism.
be
Maintain
professional.
professionalism.
Yes,
Mhm.
of course. And
Okay.
that's it. That's how you can find a good coach.
Okay, so if you want to start, you guys, how, if ever they'd want to hire you as their personal coach, since you specialize in a lot of things and you could really, what do you call this, assess them, how their lifestyle is, what they eat, and all that. So, how can they reach you, or how can they set an appointment with you to be their personal coach?
Two ways. So one, you can reach out to me on my Instagram. That's at mobility with Thomas.
Mobility with Thomas at
Yeah,
Mobility with Thomas. Do you spell with? Do you spell out with,
yeah,
right?
I spell out with. I think
Mobility
I
with
do.
Thomas on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, on Instagram, or you can always find me at Gold's Gym Baseline Center.
Okay.
That's where I work, guys. As a
Golds
yeah, I work at Gold's as a club manager.
in
Can I say that?
Ayala. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
No,
course, of
in
course.
Baseline Center. There's no Gold's Ayala anymore, so it's just Baseline Center. So I work there
Okay.
as a club manager. You can always find me there. I have my roster of coaches that I also sort of give advice to. I'm pretty sure they have their own certifications, but yeah, we have a good roster of coaches there. Um, I can also personally be your coach there if I still have the time, but at
Mm-hmm.
the very least I can do consultations and assessments for you, especially for nutrition, sleep, and a lot of physical consultation is going to be either with me or the other coaches. So yeah, come by, I'll give you a free trial.
Nice. There you go, you guys. So that's at Mobility with Thomas on Instagram. For some reason, the chat here at Restream, Studio
Mhm.
Restream, is not working. No wonder
Oh,
why people aren't commenting. There's something wrong with it. I can't even chat myself. So, for those people who have questions, I know a lot of people will be commenting on YouTube after this live stream.
yeah.
So, yeah. So most of the questions are sent through PM because some of my friends are watching. So there you go. um no wonder, like I was wondering, like, aren't you guys interested in being fit for 2025? Have you forgotten your New Year's resolution? Like, what happened? What's happening? But anyway, so please do contact Thomas, Mr. Thomas Pua, Gold's Gym, right? And
Yeah.
at Mobility with Thomas. Once again, thank you so much for joining us and taking the time to be here.
Of course, thank you
Tom.
so much for letting
It
me be on
was
your
it
channel
was
too.
fun. Like I like my mind was open. I'm still not gonna do fitness yet,
Uh-huh. Yet,
yet.
yet.
But certainly my mind was open, like to having like a personal coach, like assess your
Yeah,
body, and not
yeah,
really assess your body, but assess what your body needs,
yeah.
your lifestyle and all that. So if you're like me, you guys, if you're wanting to like have that certain assessment, like you're so frustrated, why are you not gaining weight, or why are you not losing weight? Why do you have like beer belly and all that? Thomas can help you with that. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your insights, and to our audience as well. Like I hope you guys learned a lot from this interview. It's already 10:55 p.m. Tom, do you want to say
Mm,
anything else before we go?
Um, just I don't know, stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
I have the worst like last line ever. But yeah, just take it one step at a time. If you
There
really want to
you
go
go.
for that fitness journey, just don't crash and burn. Like, don't
Yes.
go too fast, you'll crash and burn. One step at a time. A baby does not know how to run when it's born.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Or a journey begins with a single step, you guys. But anyway, to all those people, Char, I just got that from a movie. But anyway, to all those people who watched this video, you get a chance to win 200 pesos Gcash. All you have to do is comment on our YouTube video after this live stream. We will be choosing a winner later on. So, why? Tell us your 2025 fitness goals. Explain to us. Best answer wins a 200 pesos Gcash. We'll be commenting if you will win it, so you can message us and PM your details. That's it, you guys. Thank you so much, Tom. Have a great Wednesday night, and thank you so much, everybody. Hope you have an amazing weekend. And Pitsenor to all the
It's
people here in the
senior.
Queen City of the South. Pitsenor, thank you so much,
Thank you,
Tom.
everybody.
Have a great
Have a
night.
great
Bye.
night.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, bye.